It said a long time ago that the animals and the humans were living in a pretty perfect balance for a while. Everything was just right. They were able to speak with one another and talk about their problems with one another. And there was one time, though, the people started becoming more plentiful. They were really populating the earth and overpopulating. So the balance wasn't there no more. Which that in turn meant that they needed clothing, they needed food, they needed tools, and they started hunting the animals, and they started hunting more and more and more excessively, and taking more than what they should have. And the animals felt disrespected, and they decided they was going to punish the people. They decided that they would hold councils with their own specific species to discuss what they should do. The bears held their council there at Kauai. That's what they call Klingman's Dome. It's called the Mulberry Place. There was a big white bear that was the chief out of their group, and they talked over it and decided that they was going to hunt the people like the people were hunting them. So they made a bow made out of locust, and one of the bears sacrificed himself to get the bowstring. We used the intestine of a bear for our bowstrings, and they attached it to the bow, and one bear got that bow and he pulled that string back, but as he was pulling it back, his claws just cut and snapped that string, so they couldn't do that. But they kept talking, and in another part of the woods, the deer, they were holding their council and talking about what they should do. And the little white deer, he was the chief. They talked it over, and they came up with rheumatism, arthritis, Lyme disease, anything you could think of like that. That's what they came up with, and that's what they plagued the people with. All the other animals came up with something too. And the plants, they were watching. They didn't say much. They watched and they listened, and they decided they was going to help the people because they loved them. And they started sending dreams to certain people, and these people eventually became medicine men. But they were seeing visions in their dreams of different plants that would go with each of these diseases. And they started going out, and they said that you don't pick the first one, but you get the seventh one. Everything goes in sevens. But since then, we've had diseases, but we also have had a cure for disease that plagued us. The only thing we didn't have a cure for was a common cold, and that was pretty much about it. So that's the origin of the disease in medicine.